Hello and welcome. Here is the Wylders game, and here are the Wylders. Everybody say hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello. So we are in the middle of a battle. We're going to talk about a couple things just before we pick up the battle that we were in the middle of a sky battle. There's Vikings attacking. I got to set the timer. Almost forgot. Okay. Timer set. And camera looks okay. Looks all right. Before we proceed, we got to show off some of these. We didn't show any last meeting, and I know that the Pink Captain will enjoy these. I think this was one of the last ones of these that we showed. Was this guy right here, right?
Oh, yeah.
One of those big bugs. Scary, 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 scary. So here are a few more that Ian has just painted over the last couple of weeks. Now, I'm going to see if you guys remember this one. Do you guys remember this? It'd be Janice or Glenn that fought this guy in the last campaign. You remember this guy in the last campaign? Remember him at all, Raven?
He was the giant bone dude that we cast, Bane or Fear upon the undead, and he ran away and hid in a cell.
That's right. I remember the character that Rob was playing picked up a ring he wasn't supposed to pick up, and that activated this whole thing.
Yes.
Let's show a couple of others real quick. We got a cool, let's go back to the screen. A cool serpent guy. Get the... What else have we got? This guy's fun.
Oh, he's of two minds.
Two heads better than one.
Hello, Percival.
Greetings.
Good day.
I wasn't going to show these until we used them, but I just can't resist. This is one of the serpent people, and look at how Ian did his tail.
Skin's amazing.
Check that out. Okay, now compared to this one that he did differently, with a different look and a different style, and this one that he did him sectionally. Check that out.
So cool.
It's crazy.
So cool. Let me see if we can get over here. Amazing.
Are these available for purchase at our website?
They're
No.
not available for purchase.
No.
They're ours.
No.
We are keeping them. You guys are just SOL for this.
Just have to commission them.
Go away,
We
horrible
wanted,
beast.
yeah, we might consider a commission, which would be
Commission, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
expensive considering how much time we put into our minis. There we go. This guy's cool. Check him out. Scary, scary, scary demon. Oh, pull him the other way. It's hard to do it. I can't remember. There we go. Okay, so that's enough of minis, but we should give Mr. Thaddeus a big round of applause. So Thaddeus, by the way, what class are you in this game? I was just curious. What particular class do you play in our D&D game?
Upper class.
You play upper class. I see. That's true. Nobility heritage or something like that, if I remember rightly.
That is correct. I come from a very long line of Pondex.
And you're a simple country doctor?
Simple country doctor.
That's all you are? Also,
I am many things.
Oh, okay. All
But I'm a
right.
simple country
Simple
doctor.
country doctor with
Just
a lot
an-
of sharp knives and some lockpicks. Hint, hint, hint. So,
And you're the husband of a mermaid.
Yes.
yes, that's right.
Some
He's
fishy
got
about
he's
that.
got his armband. If anybody hasn't seen the mermaid episode, now also Mr. Ian today, we are not acknowledging the birthday that occurred this last week. We are not acknowledging that in any way, shape, or form that happened for one of our players at this table, who's not Glenn or Rob or Janice or Amanda or me. So we're not saying anything about that. All right.
Yeah, please, guys, no mentioning it.
Okay. We're not talking about that at all. As per somebody's request who wears a brown bowler. and it's not me. So, having said that, what other things do we have to talk about? Do you guys have anything to talk about before we go on? Any stuff you want to bring up?
I do.
Oh, look, he does. All right. Hello, Mr. Thaddeus.
Robert, who plays Percival Redfeather, dropped off some more minis for me this morning at home, and one of them is really cool. And I'm sort of thinking it might look really good in red. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, so you guys have a plan.
We got a
Excellent. Oh, speaking of things that have arrived, I'm going to ask Jen. Maybe you can find it. Maybe we'll do it at the break. Remind me after the break what Peter brought. What Peter mailed to us.
Yes.
I will pick it up after the break and bring it and show everybody.
You know where it is to be able to.
Yeah, that's why I'm not
Thank you for
sending
not
somebody
sending
else.
me off.
Okay, because it might be a wild goose chase for you. So I will find it after the break. Anything else? Everybody good? Other things to say? Everybody's doing fine? All right. We're going to pick up with the game back where we were. So we were... Oh, should we do introductions? Yeah, we did eat. We did Thaddeus.
Yep.
Let's continue to Miss Josephine. Hello there.
Hi.
Ms. Josephine Smith.
Hi, I am Josephine Smith. I am a half-elf sharpshooter. I carry a very accurate, most of the time, the user error occasionally, long rifle, who I lovingly named Mabel. I also love my pew-pews, my pistols, which are over there because that's where they go, and I didn't put them back on me today. And I am especially fond of my bullwhip when taking down mastodons of zombie type. I have a companion who I've named Bear. He started out as a cute little puppy. He was a wolf puppy, and now he is taller than me, and I get to ride him like a horse, and he's such a good boy.
He is a good boy.
Such a good boy.
Okay, what about you, Lavinia? Hello.
Hello, my name is Lavinia Rose. In real life, my name is Janice, and I'm actually married to the games master down at
Yes,
the other
that's
end of
me.
the table. I am a fortune teller. I am a healer, but when I am in battle, especially after undead, that's where I battle the most.
All right. Hello, sir. How are you, Percy?
Percival Redfeather. I'm played by Robert Woodbury, and I am a ranger, a scout, and occasionally have been known
A little
to
far from your mic.
and,
Pull your mic up.
have been occasionally known to turn into a large feline when confronted by danger or adversity. So I turn into a massive weird tiger. When,
Weird tiger. And you wear the
yeah.
mask behind you on the wall.
Yep. The mask behind me on the wall, hand painted. There we go. Quite
Pretty cool. I put a strap on it, by the way, Rob.
good,
Do you
good.
see that?
Yeah.
So hopefully
that'll make it easier.
we didn't have a strap before. How's that feel?
Rawr.
Oh, that looks good. That looks good. All right, that'll do the job. And you should still be able to tip it up when you need and rest it on your head
Right,
and all that
right.
stuff. And I put a hanger on the top too so that it hangs properly now.
Cool.
Oh, excellent. Well done.
Okay, so let's go on to Mr. Raven Alexium. How are you? How's your week been?
Week's been good, thank you. Yep.
And what about your character? What are you?
I am a wizard, and I also am into alchemy, and I have a familiar. Her name is Drema. And I basically hide behind other people and cast spells from a distance.
That's what he does.
And
Absolutely.
forgets to look in the mirror when putting on his mustache.
No,
And-
this was on purpose.
Okay.
Let's have a look. How is it?
Okay.
Is the mustache good?
Kind of askance.
I don't know. I
Very
switched it up
snidely.
today. I can't seem to get it.
I
to-
like it crooked like that. I like it crooked. It's good. However you want it. Okay.
I think I made it worse.
And I am Dave Wildson. I am the game master for this game. This is a D&D game, Dungeons and Dragons. We play, and in this case, it's cowboys and Dungeons and Dragons, because these guys are outlaws caught in a D&D world. We play actually with a lot of Pathfinder rules because we prefer the 3-action economy and some of the other Pathfinder details. But it's a role-playing game, and everybody enjoys playing our stuff. My mantra, my mission is roles, not rules, which means that we just make up a lot of shit as we go along, and it doesn't matter if it's in the rule book and written down and somebody made it up as a rule earlier, or not. If it sounds fun in the story, I'm totally going to let it fly. So that's the way we work. And that helps me too, because I have to make up so much crap that it's fine. Let's look at where we were at. Everybody was on the Mynnior, which was the big flying sky ship, and we're in the middle of a battle. So here is the battle that you guys are all involved in, and this is with giants. So you see, I've updated our Vikings. So our Vikings are now Viking-ish. They look more like Vikings. And this is their size compared to your little winky size. Because, of course, you are regular size and they are all like 16 feet tall.
Question.
Yeah, you have a question,
do
sir.
Do the Anuaa have little chin beards?
Yeah,
They seem to.
some of the Anuaa do have little chin beards.
I thought they were clean shaven, but
No, I think you'll find there's a variety. There are a few. I think you would find that there's a variety. You'll find a few Anuaa do have beards, but lots of Anuaa do not. Probably it's actually a minority. We're only using one image here for all the Anuaa.
Do they look
So-
similar to Jins?
You want to see some Anuaa? I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at a few Anuaa while we're doing this. I will show you.
yeah, you knew a guy.
You Anuaa guy?
I knew a guy.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our GM screen. You'll be able to see this on the screen in the back now. And let's go look through some files real quick and see fonts, images. We are going to go find some nice NPC Anuas, rule scenes, the party thumbnails. Where would they be? How come I can't remember all of a sudden? NPC scenes. Anuaa Giants.
There's a few.
Here we go. I won't show some of the other ones, but let's matter of fact. So you'll see there's a little bit of let's see if we can.
Can that go in the back screen too?
Is it not on the back screen?
No.
Oh, oops. Sorry, I've been showing this on stream and I have not been showing it on the back screen. How's that? Is it on the back screen now?
There's a ship.
There's a ship.
Okay.
Uh,
Now there's a frog.
There's a frog.
share.
And
There it is.
Yep, there he is.
Okay. All right. So for the folks at home and everybody else, you're all seeing the same thing now. Let's go ahead and have a look at a photo stream. And here are the Anuaa in their culture, in their flying ships.
That looks Egyptian almost. Yeah.
Yes, it does look Egyptian because that is part of the source of the lore for the Anuaa. This will give you some idea of their culture.
Now, is this on a floating city?
This is in one of their floating cities. And as you can see, here's a market where you have other regular people and the size of one of the Anuaa in comparison.
Would those be humans?
They could be a multitude of different races. In this case, there are some of them that are human, and there are a few that are others, dwarves and others. See, you can see a little person right here, and then you can see some other humans from some other cultures. That kind of thing. So there you go. That's a basic rundown on the Anuaa. Any questions about that?
Cool.
Stuff, ideas? You guys are good?
Yep.
Okay. And
To their knees.
you never know. Maybe you guys will get the opportunity in the future to actually visit one of their cities. Let's switch. Let's put a stop to that. Okay. So we're back on the ship. We're going to go to the adventure screen for the ship. And let's talk about these guys again. Okay, so this is the Anuaa sailors that are all fighting these Aesir Vikings. and we just got a real hodgepodge of them now. There's a couple of things I want to change. One is that the fellow, you wouldn't know this, but we'll just give you inside information. The fellow that Marduk was fighting that he vanquished, he's actually an Aesir berserker, not a
Mage or
not one of their shamans.
Oh.
So here, I'll take the little thing off of him for his death so you can see what his face looks like.
Oh, okay.
We forgot to, we did acknowledge them off camera, but we forgot to say hi to the Pink Captain and Sugar Sugar.
Oh, yeah,
Also
yeah,
Pink
yeah.
joining
Captain.
us on
Hi, Sugar
YouTube
Sugar.
is Peter.
Hey,
Hey,
Pete.
Pete.
Hi,
Hey, Pete. Pete's on YouTube. Sugar and the Pink Captain are on Twitch. That's very nice. All right. So this is the guy that Marduk vanquished, just beat him and killed him. He is dead now. And he is, in fact, actually a berserker, not one of their shamans.
What is a berserker?
A berserker is a more dangerous, very much like a barbarian class
Yeah.
that has rage.
They use
More
rage to
dangerous
increase their
than
strength
a regular Viking.
attack.
A big thug,
Yeah.
but worse.
Yeah. And they run screaming into battle and rage on the other people.
Like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph and Battlefield. Yeah.
Now there is another guy. Besides all of these Vikings, there is one other guy that has a different appearance, and he is this guy that jumped up and is standing above everybody else. Oh, his name is Fomorian Giant. No, it's not. Damn it. Let's fix that.
Aesir said Mordor.
Sedmoir,
So
or
is that-
Seedmoir.
Is he the mage?
Yes, he is.
You better front it.
Yeah,
There
right.
we go. There.
Kicks-
I've
Okay.
got like a bag of marbles left in my spell book.
Okay, so he's the actual mage, and he's standing up on this cannon. I just wanted to make sure you knew that so that didn't feel like an ambush when I had changed the story slightly. So you are here, and it is Josephine who's got a little swirlio.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What are all those colorful balloon things at the front of the ship?
Those colorful balloon things at the front of the ship are something that was in the picture that I didn't correct because I didn't have time to take them
Okay,
away.
so they're not
So
actually
you
there.
can just ignore them as
it's
just
a birthday
part of the
party.
ship.
Okay.
They're balloons that the
They're tribbles.
they're the balloons that the Anuaa sailors were welcoming the Vikings with as a thank you for coming to raid them. No, I'm just making
For
stuff
popping
up.
by.
So here is Josephine Smith. She is right here with her trusty dog Bear. She's got a little swirly swirl around her. So what do you think? What's going
I
on,
think that
Josephine
I've
Smith?
got a clear shot at that mage guy. So Mabel.
You totally do have a clear
Yeah.
shot at
Oh,
the
yeah, you
mage
do.
guy. You are here, and it is. See how far it is. It is 40 feet to him.
Easy.
So that should be easy to do. So you're going to take a shot with
I roll at
your.
disadvantage when it's less
Nope.
than how many feet?
Oh, well, no, only when they're up like next to you.
Okay, okay,
If they get 10 feet away from you,
If it's
you're
blank,
okay.
blank, yeah.
okay.
All right. So you go ahead and you're going to roll to hit him.
Roll to hit.
All
I
right.
rolled a 5. Oh gosh.
Ooh, well, you better apply your bonus and see if it hits him.
With my. Gosh, what is the bonus for
Target this guy.
to strike? Oh, plus 14, so 19.
Misses.
Crap.
This guy's going to be hard to hit. You can see a little bit of a glow floating around his body.
Yeah, and he's probably pissed now that he's getting shot at. So, trying again.
Wow, he's got lots to look at in the battle. So, all right, roll to hit again.
And I rolled a 17 plus 14 would be 31.
You would not have a full 14 because it's your
Okay.
second shot.
Right.
You'd only have whatever that'll be, probably 9 or 10. Probably 10, 10 or 8. What is it? for your second shot.
-4, isn't
It
it, for
doesn't
your
say.
second?
We will look because it does say on.
Plus 9.
There you go. So 9 plus what did you roll?
23,
9 plus 17.
36. 26.
26.
Hits.
Woohoo.
Oh, I can't believe you did that. Good stuff.
And so the damage is going to be 2d10 and 1d4 fire.
Right. All right, I better get this guy ready to take
Okay.
a hit.
It's my 10. No, that's not my 10. This is my 10. Okay, 10. Roll that twice, and then I'm going to need a 4.
Now, up next after Josephine is going to be Bear. Then it's going to be Marduk and Obaz, and then it's going to be Lavinia.
That's a 1. Okay, I rolled a 1.
1. Well, at least you didn't roll that
Can't
on your
get
hit.
worse than a 2. And a 4, so 5. Out of my 2D, out of a potential 20, I got 5. Rolling at 25%. And then a 3 for my fire. So
8 points.
8 points.
142. Okay. All right, I have that damage, and that's the end of. Oh, you have one
I
turn
have
left,
one
right?
turn
One
left.
turn left.
And I am leaping off of Bear and rolling under the cannon.
Okay.
It's just it's a
So you're
tuck
seeking
tuck
Tuck
and
and
roll.
roll.
Yeah, you're seeking.
Anything you want Bear to do on his turn? You're gonna have him stay or
I
do
would,
something?
I would like him to come with me for now.
Okay, so you're going to have Bear stay with you.
Yes.
That means that we're going to move over to the next person. He is doop Bear, and then the next person after that is Marduk. Marduk has just killed the Berserker, and he's got his cute little glow around him right now. I'm going to pull this back just so that we can see what's going on the whole
In case
picture.
the users at home don't know, he's a demigod.
Yeah, so if you saw last week's episode, you will discover what the Wylders have just discovered, and that is that Marduk is more than human. So we're gonna that should be good enough for everybody to see if we're on the adventure screen. And Marduk takes a stride, stepping right over top of the body of the fallen berserker that he's killed. He walks up, he still stays on the lower deck, steps up here, and you see him beginning to grow. And Marduk grows another 10 feet in size, and he is now 26 feet in height, towering over all of the other combatants on the ship. And I want to have a look at Marduk's. Let's look at Marduk's abilities and see what he chooses to do, because he's got a full range of spells, of course. He's currently got a spell on him called. I'm not going to tell you what it's called. You don't know. That's what he does. So he begins to swirl his hammer around in a 10-foot square right in the middle of these bad guys that are standing on the stairs. They'd be the same ones that Raven targeted with his AoE spell, probably, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So those 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I can't zoom in to read this. I need a new pair of eyes.
While Dave's looking for that, you guys, just so you know, Sugarberries has taken off for the evening. She had
She had to go.
to go.
Aw.
Yeah, I know. She just popped in to say hi.
A whirlwind forms
Mhm.
right in the middle of these guys that are on the stairs, and it affects all of them, and they all have to roll to see if they can withstand the force of the whirlwind. And that's 2 down. They do not. And the 4 of them that the whirlwind affects, which is let's see. I'm gonna
Cherry pick.
twirl them upside down. Do that guy. and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. These are ones that were all damaged by your spell, right, Raven?
Could be.
They were the ones that were damaged by your spell, and one of them took a crit. It was this one here. Well, now they are all knocked prone.
They were just knocked prone, or they take damage as well?
They will take damage as soon as I get their damage on them. I don't want to spend a lot of time on doing damage on all of these guys, but I am going to do Marduk's attacks and just Marduk's attacks. So I'm putting them all prone. Where is it? Off guard prone. Off guard prone. This whirlwind spins around and it hits them. I didn't look and see how much damage the Cyclone Rondo does.
Cyclone Rondo. I like that.
Cyclone Rondo.
Oh, Cyclone Rondo. Like how hurricanes are named after like Hurricane Rhonda. It's Cyclone Rondo.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
I need some D6. Well, I can do it 4 times with this one. 4. 3 is 7. 3 is 10. 5 is 15. They all take 15 points of damage. And that means that it now becomes Lavinia's turn. Percy, you're on deck.
Isn't it Obaz?
I'm going to skip Obaz.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out where is the guy that I knocked prone.
Oh, yeah. This guy here is also knocked prone. I'm going to take him and spin him upside down on the screen. So here he is. Let's go to triple for a sec. You see him right here? I've just spun him upside down on the screen.
He's so see where there's the 2 guys
Yeah.
and it's
He's
spinning?
sandwich. He's in a Aesir, an Anuaa sailor sandwich.
It's
These
okay,
2
I'm
guys
gonna
right here.
Close it. I'm going to look here on my screen. Okay, so you've turned him upside down so I can see where he is.
He's not upside down with all the other guys, though. He's just below the 2 top cannons.
He's the one in between the 2 guys.
Yeah, just me. His image.
Matter of
looks like
fact, if it
it's
would help, we could. I guess.
I've got it on my. On my
Okay, you're
screen.
good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. All right, I'm taking a step forward, and can I still see him from where
If you
I
take
am?
a step forward, you would have to step between the 2 Anuaa guards
I was gonna say
that are right here to get line of sight on him, because there's a big Anuaa sailor in front of you, obscuring sight between you and him. See where I'm talking about?
Yeah, actually, if I end up moving behind,
This guy is the
cannon.
one that's obscuring it.
do you see where I've just moved myself?
Yes, if you wanted to climb up onto the cannon there, I'm going to say that's one action to climb up on the cannon, and you now have line of sight of him between
And
around
yet
this guy.
I'm still hidden behind the Anuaa.
Kind of, sort of half, not completely,
Not
but sure.
fully, but okay.
As much cover as you can get from one of the Anuaa sailors.
All right.
But since you had to climb on that cannon, you were up 5 feet off the ground, standing on the back end of the cannon.
It's
Make
not-
sense?
Yeah. Okay, I'm still going to hit the upside down guy with magic missiles.
Going to hit him with magic missiles.
You look heroic standing on the cannon.
Wouldn't she, though? She'd look totally heroic.
Into the breach,
Yeah.
dear friends.
Okay, so I've just sent.
So you gave me a level 1 spell token?
Yes,
So you're doing a level 1 magic missile on him?
yeah, that's fine. So, what am I shaking to find out his damage?
Yeah, he can't dodge it, and so it's you had to move, so you can fire 2 missiles at him, and so that's 2d4, and then you get to add a bonus
Here,
of
D4.
plus 3.
Oh,
It's a
that's a
D6.
D6, Mom.
Yes, it is. I'm grabbing a couple of D4s.
There's
A caltrop, a pointy little caltrop is what you're rolling to attack him.
Yeah, we've got a bowl full of D4s
Bowl full of
for her
Yeah.
her magic missiles.
So I guess my quick question is, if I do two of them, that I'm not going to have the ability to move back into place.
That's correct.
So I'm going to do one.
All right. You can do one.
Kind of a waste
So-
of a level 1 spell.
And max 4 points of damage.
But I've got a
But
4.
you got a 4.
But I got a 4.
So you do 8 points of damage to him. I mean, that still counts as some damage, right? Okay. I will give
was
him
just
his
asking
8
for
points
the-
of damage.
And I'm moving back to where I was.
Okay. So you're taking your last turn to do so.
Yeah.
And then it becomes Percy's turn and then Raven's turn.
Okay. Now, I probably need to get around this mast or step to one side to get a shot on this guy.
Or jump on top of
Or,
it.
or jump on top of the cannon again. But I'm not going to jump on top of the cannon. I'm just going to...
You'd look heroic.
So put your finger on the guy that you're
Heroic
going to
is
target this time.
greatly
Who are you
overrated.
targeting?
I am
Who are you
targeting this guy.
That guy. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So
With my Deloso shotgun. Or actually, no, let's just do the bow and arrow. Because I can do a twin shot as my first hunted shot. And that's 2 with the blow of darkness. Here we go. And okay. 8 plus 14 is only 22. And 15 plus 14 is
29.
29.
now you had hit him before too. You hit him last time
Yeah,
because he's lost some life
he's
here.
lost
So
some life.
all right.
So I got a 22 to hit on the first one. 20. You said 29,
29.
to hit on the second.
Hits both times.
Okay, and this is a 1d10. And where's my chart?
You can hit that little off GM screen thingy. It'll tell you.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Shadow bow?
Here it is. Yeah, shadow bow, arrow,
Is 1d8 plus 2
1d8 plus 2.
and a 1d6 for shadow damage.
1d8 plus 2.
So for the boys and girls at home, remember there's this little thing for you guys to see. Can you see that? All you do is hit this button that says player screen right here. Boom. And it pops it up and it shows you a cheat sheet of all of your main weapons, the damage that they do. See, that's all it's about, is to show you so you can look very quickly at that. You can just pop it up by clicking player screen and pop it back down. Oh, for the people at home,
Where does it say player screen? Oh,
there's a little
there we go.
button that
Yeah, yeah.
everybody has.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess on my head's in the
I've
way.
just never used it. I don't think. Cool.
There's a button everybody has, and it pops up this thing. Okay.
That's cool.
23 points of damage
Okay. So you did
on my
23
first
points
shot.
to this guy.
Like, that's my bing bing. And then
And I'm going to say that Percy gets a roll of the big pink die. Roll the big pink die, and if it is an 8 or higher, you hit him in the eye.
Ooh. Okay. We'll get this red guy out of the way.
Ready? Here we go. Doo-doo-doo, bong.
Oh, no.
It's a 7. You miss.
7, I missed.
You hit him in the cheek.
Is that a
Oh, is
1
it
or
a
a
1 or
7?
7?
Oh, dear. No.
I'm going to say you still hit him, though. You hit him in the cheek.
Okay.
But badly.
Poorly.
Crikey.
It's a flash wound.
Is that a fish
a scratch.
I have a question about
But I forgot to subtract it. 23, you said?
Yeah. 20, did I say 23? 23 damage.
23 to hit.
Yeah, 23 damage.
Oh, 23 damage. Oh.
I'm going to say this. It's this much. Yeah, you had a question, Josephine.
I do, just about Robin about Percy's shadow bow and the arrows.
Yo.
How does he acquire more shadow bow arrows?
The arrows are regular ammo.
Okay,
The shadow bow is what endows the arrow with its shadow damage as soon as it's placed on the bow and drawn.
And I can just make arrows.
Okay, yeah, no, I know you can. I just was curious if it only
No.
worked with a specific type of
It'll
arrow.
take any kind of ammunition and then whatever. Let's say that he had a frost arrow, for example. He could fire that with his shadow bow, and because he fires it with his shadow bow, I guess you could say a lingering essence of the shadow bow that's that the arrows come in contact with continues with the arrow, and when it would hit, it would do the frost damage plus the shadow damage and the bow damage.
Okay, understood. Thank you
So
much.
any ammo I'm going to attach that's fired with a shadow bow, I'm just going to attach all the shadow bow damage to it. Okay, other stuff to do, Mr.
One more
Red Feather.
shot, and I rolled a 19 plus 9, so
28.
That hits
38. No, 28. Right, you're right. So 28, and that is
38 with the tariffs.
38 with the tariffs. Yeah. Oh, that's a sore point with me, man. I don't know. Okay, and 3 plus 5 and 1 shadow damage. How much shadow damage? 6 points.
So you did 6 points more damage to
6
this
points
dude?
more I rolled really badly on the damage.
Our friend on YouTube, our friend D. Krog, said if you roll high on the pink die, you give him pink eye.
Oh.
Ooh, wah, wah, wah.
Right? Yeah.
want spacecraft Scorpio, give me pink eye. Yeah.
And welcome back, D. Krog. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for coming to hang. Okay, is that the end of your turn, Percy?
Yep.
Becomes Raven Alexium, the wizard's turn to attack.
Okay, so Raven will use one action to climb up the stairs and just clear. I don't know how high these stairs are. Are they pretty tall? Like,
I'm
They're
going
like
to say
4
it's
feet
10
each?
feet to get up to the top there. They're 5-foot steps.
okay,
Or 4-foot steps, and there's 3 of them, something like
okay. So I would like to go to the step that's just at the very bottom, so I'm partially obscured.
that. Okay,
For
where
partial
you're,
cover?
where you're positioned right now on the adventure screen.
That's
is
right.
Right there.
And I'm going to pull out an unused wand called. Let's see if I can find it here. It is my wand of. Shoot, I just had it too.
Wand of chicken farts.
Could have been. I don't have that wand yet. Oh, here it is. Grasping Grave.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I love
Yes,
that one.
yes.
Yeah, you used that one already.
You did.
Not in this. Have I used it in this fight?
Well, what was the one with the skeleton hands that
Oh, yes.
grabbed everybody?
Well,
In
I
this
guess
fight.
I guess I can't do that.
Yeah.
Shoot, that was such a good plan too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I pull out my wand of bone paralysis, a wand of paralysis,
These all sound like things that I would love to do.
assuming that I'm close enough. Now my system's not reacting to me, but the wand of paralysis is a level 3 spell, and I have to be within 30 feet. Am I close enough to the mage for 30
Yes,
feet?
you are. I'm going to say you are. I'm just going to guess that you are so that you can do what you need to do. Even if you aren't really, I don't care, because you know what
Okay.
I'm doing right now myself? I'm trying to find my list of stuff for you guys that I set items for you to find and things like that, and put a wand of chicken farts on it, because I really think that we should have that in this world that you can find. This, especially manufactured by Quilius Quacksalver during a rather heavy binge with his what's he called? Quackshine. With his Quackshine.
He
So
probably made it on a dare. It's probably here, hold my beer kind of thing.
yeah, so we're going to put on
The
here.
pink captain did suggest also a wand of explosive diarrhea.
Okay, we'll put that one on here too, Pink Captain.
No buts about it.
Wand. Have you ever tried to spell diarrhea? It's actually quite hard.
You can say the runs. The wand of runs.
The Hershey squirts.
Wander
There we go.
runs.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'm casting a paralysis on the mage. I have a wand of paralysis.
Good.
All right.
And it is, if success, the creature stunned 1. If failure, it's paralyzed for 1 round. And it's a will save based on my attack
He's going to roll for a will save.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And I have a 22
And
DC.
he rolled an 11 plus his will, which is 17, which gives him a 28.
Okay. So he had to beat 22, so it's not a crit, but it is a failure, or a success. So he's stunned 1.
Stun level 1?
Yeah.
All
And I
right.
believe that means he loses 1 action.
I'm going to say he's stunned for the whole round. You have taken him out on his next attack.
Sweet. Does that mean he's susceptible to other attacks? Like,
Oh, yeah.
He's
He's going to be
flat-footed?
off guard during this.
so +4 to hit.
So I'm just trying to get him update. Hey, how come there's a... What happened there?
Yeah.
Let's try that. There we go. That's better.
Those guys get into everything.
This is the dude that we're talking about right here. Is this guy. And
And he's still got croak voice on him, I imagine.
we
Unless
forgot
he's
to
shaking
apply
that off.
croak voice.
Yeah, crook voice.
Assuming this is the same guy.
I'm going to say that they're both going to wear off at the end of his stunned turn.
Okay.
And because he's got quite a bit of power, this dude. So right now he is muted, and he is off guard, persistent, present, restrained, sickened, wounded. How come there's no stunned? Incapacitated?
You stunned him.
We're just going to use immobilize. That'll be close enough. And he is off guard because he's immobilized. Close enough.
And I yell, hit the mage.
And you yell, hit the mage.
It's like a game.
Because you can't say the word Seed Muir or whatever his name is. Seed Muir.
Probably
I don't know
can't.
if you know his name, but
No, we haven't met yet.
Is that all of your turn?
That's all my
Are
3
you
turns.
done? You're finished?
Yeah, and I assume my ravens returned to me after her quest.
Yes.
So did she actually catch fire?
So if you look over to check as she returns, you discover that the mast on the ship that was that she flew over to, it was the other ship that she flew over to, wasn't it?
was the one that the mage was on.
yeah, because
Well, that's this ship.
They all
So-
jumped onto one ship.
So if you look beyond all of the Vikings
Closer
Yeah.
to us.
that are there, and beyond it, you see the ship, and you see that the top of the mast is starting to burn. It's on fire, and the fire is starting to spread down the mast from the alchemist fire that the raven dropped on the very top of the mast. And the fire is persisting, so every round that fire is going to consume another 1% of the sail.
Okay.
Unless somebody comes and puts it out, if there's anybody left on that ship to do it.
Good job,
Only
Drama.
1%.
Well, that should distract them, I'm hoping.
Well, what is a naval term for all cut all ropes?
Cut all ropes? I don't know.
I don't know, but there's a naval term when they've got grappling ropes on your ship.
Yeah.
You command your crew to cut all ropes, or heave to. Heave to, cast all ropes, or something.
Well, there's a singular thing. The phrase cut and run is often used to describe the act of severing ropes to quickly abandon a situation. That's all it says on Google. Okay.
Okay.
It
was
is the
curious.
next person's turn, and that's Thaddeus. Then it's going to be you, Josephine.
Yeah.
That's the end of your turn, right, Raven?
That's it.
Okay, Thaddeus, what do you think you would like to do, sir?
Thaddeus is going to move forward to where the balloons aren't.
Okay.
And fire off some pearl hilts, filleting knives at the foremost Viking.
This is the foremost Viking. This is you.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna you're still going to stand like 10 feet away from him, standing there and throw knives at him?
No, I went a bit farther than I wanted to go.
15 feet, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right.
And
Now this guy's undamaged. He has not been hit.
he
at
is
all
not
yet.
damaged, so it's high time he got damaged. And even if I miss, at least it'll distract him so the Anuaa can beat him up.
Okay.
Okay.
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Roll to hit.
19.
Misses.
Darn.
It hits him, but he is so heavily armored that it does not penetrate.
Okay.
Who are you aiming at? Sorry.
The guy who's right in
The
front
guy
of
right
him.
in the front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right in front of the ship. That's better. 19 and 14. 23.
Hits, no problem. 19 and 14 is 23. Yeah, 33.
33.
33.
Hits, no problem.
Okay.
I'm going to say that's a crit.
Woohoo. And the damage
The way
is
Pathfinder rules work, that's a crit.
1d2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1d4. Three plus 3.
You're throwing
Plus
those
one.
daggers, right?
Yeah. 3 plus 3 plus 1
Times 2.
times 2. Okay.
So 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1, 7, times 2, 14.
So those are 1d6s plus 2 plus 1, right? That you threw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Per blade. So
Per
times 2. Yeah.
So what was your total damage?
You say 14?
14, did you say?
14,
Yeah.
Makes sense. 14. Okay, I will apply 14 points of damage to this guy. Is that just the second attempt for you? You have a third attempt still,
I
right?
think he threw the 2 knives.
Yeah, I threw the 2 knives and I'm moving back out of his sight.
Okay. All right. 24. That was a damn good hit. Okay. That is the end of Thaddeus's turn. We've got Josephine coming up, and our alarm has just gone off because it's 10 to 8 Mountain Standard Time, our time. So we're going to do Josephine's turn, and then we're going to take break, and we're going to start with a new round right after we come back from our break.
Okay. So, Josephine is going to army crawl underneath. And
You're crawling under the cannon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you crawl underneath the cannon.
Crawled underneath the cannon to approximately this spot. I can't get it to exactly the right spot, but it's somewhere in between here and here. It would be like in the middle of those two.
That's a wheel right there. So these are the
So
wheels
See
that you
where I
pull
am?
the cannon back and forth on. There would be a space here to crawl under between the wheels.
Yeah.
So if that's what you want to do.
No, I was over here.
Oh,
I've
you were
already
over there.
crawled.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, I'm like, to get my position quite right, it would be like in between the two squares that I can't. Anyways,
No.
because I am taking aim at this dude right here.
Okay, so you're going to shoot at that guy.
Okay.
I'm short range, so I'm going pew pew peacemakers.
Love your peacemaker.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Roll to hit. That's roll to hit twice, right?
Yep. 2d20s.
I don't know why I just did that. Doo-doo-doo.
That is not
He
a good
nods
look.
like that, and it always
That is
looks
not a
like
good
that was a
look.
mess up.
Yeah, that looks like a disaster, but I don't know.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Oh
Three is
dear.
better than
Miss.
one.
Yes,
true.
I know I
That's
missed. It was not a 1.
That's not counting your.
I know, but I mean,
Even with
you-
your bonus, you're never going to make it on a 3.
yeah. The strike
Most
is
of the
14.
time, you usually need something like, an 8 or 9 or a 10 up
Yeah.
to be over enough to be able to hit. And if they're a really hard opponent, you're going to have to be over 12 or 15. And what'd you roll for your second one?
An 8. My strike is plus 14.
Okay, so as you 8 and your strike is plus 14,
Yeah, so
that
22.
hit. I'm going to say that hit.
Okay.
I'm going to say that hit with half damage.
Okay.
It barely hits.
Okay. So 1d8. I rolled a 6, so 3, right? And then do I only get half of my fire as well?
Yeah, half damage of everything, whatever the total is.
Okay.
And I will subtract it from this
Ouch.
dude.
Gosh, those are sharp.
You poked yourself with a caltrop.
Yes.
Okay.
So 4 altogether, because I rolled a 6 and a 2 would be 8. Divided by 2 is
Now, is this the guy that... No, this is not the guy that
4.
Lavinia hit before. That guy's prone and upside down. This guy has not been damaged by you guys yet. So what did you hit him for total?
8 altogether, so 4.
So 4 points.
Okay. Got it.
And those those were my 3 actions. So now I'm just laying on the ground.
So you're
Well,
not just...
you are laying,
What,
so
you
you're
fired
in prone
from
position.
like a kneeling position?
And you're protected
No,
by
because
these
I
two.
army crawled, so I didn't
So-
get up.
I'd
Right,
say you're
so
in a
we'll
good-
say you're kneeling.
Yeah, I'd say you're in a good protective position because you got these two Anuaa right there, and you're in between. You're crouched down, so you got minimal target.
Yeah.
Partner with us.
He's not going to physically come through these guys to get me.
He's gonna have some work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When we come back from break, we're going to have a flurry of Anuaa Sailor versus Viking activity. And then it'll be probably your last or second last round in this fight. Second to last, or I don't think your fight's going to last more than another 2 rounds.
Well, we also have Marduk kicking butt.
That's why.
Yeah.
And also, in the interest of us not spending the entire evening just doing combat, I like to, if this was a video game, all of the stuff that we do would happen just within a few seconds. Boom, 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 boom. Right? I can't do that when we're playing role playing, but I also don't want to drag out the entire evening with this stuff. So, all right, we're going to go to break and we will be back. Right now it is 7:55 Mountain Standard Time. We're going to be back at 10 after 8, 15 minutes. For those of you that might be watching a recording of this, you can just skip through the next 15 minutes of our Be Right Back screen and we will pick it up again in 15 minutes. We'll see you then. All right, and
Time,
welcome back. We are doing our second session tonight. I've got to find my handy dandy timer, just reminded by Ian. Thank you. Doop-a-doo.
Jeez, what's over there?
And
Trying to save Simon from.
I want to do a shout out to D. Krog, who suggested a really great name for this wand that we're going to make. The Pink Captain said a wand of explosive diarrhea, and then D. Krog on YouTube, thanks D. Krog, said wand of Montezuma's revenge. So that is what the wand of explosive diarrhea is going to be named, the wand of Montezuma's revenge. And speaking of shout outs, we want to give a shout out to our buddy Pete Miro. Pete is watching us. He's been a longtime friend of mine, my oldest friend in the world, actually. We met in 1979. And he's been watching from his remote location near Three Hills, Alberta, undisclosed, hidden his hideout. And he sent this. He mailed this to us. It arrived in the mail this week. And if you notice, there's something, there's an emblem there. And what's that an emblem of? Oh, it's an emblem of can I get to focus?
There we go.
An emblem of a tiger with a dragon around it. And who has a relationship to a tiger in our game? I wonder. So, Mr. Percy, here, we're passing this over to you. This is a present to you from Pete.
Oh, thank you, Pete. That's awesome.
A really cool. It is a bag for dice, right? It's a bag for your D&D dice. And,
that's awesome.
I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
so thanks again. A big thank you to Pete for the lovely gift.
That's nice. Thank you.
And
thank you, Pete.
yeah, we'll use it with our dice. Okay, we're going to get back to the game, and we were in the middle of combat. So the last person to go was Josephine, and I said that it was going to now be a flurry of activity with the Aesir versus the Vikings. And here we go. We're going to roll to see. The first pair, the Aesir defeats the
Viking.
the Anuaa. The Aesir Viking defeats the Anuaa
Oh dear.
and slays him.
Oh no. Ack.
I shall show on the screen what's going on here. Kills him with a big two-handed axe.
Oh, crap.
Second round. Second round. The Anuaa, rolls a 20 and crits the Aesir, and the Aesir is slain and goes down.
Yay.
Third round is even Steven, 6-8 between the Aesir and the Viking, but there are two Aesir on this Viking. And this Viking is fighting at off guard to them because he's sandwiched between them. And he loses to the second one, and he's prone. So he ends up taking a lot of damage. And he looks like he has been gravely wounded. But he is not dead.
Minus 69, and he's only gravely wounded. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
They're
we
pretty
gotta do
tough,
more
these
damage,
dudes.
man. I don't know, man.
Next one is this Anuaa, who is actually approaching the Aesir shaman that's up on the Aesir. He's called a Seed Mayor. Seed Mayor. And
He's stunned as well, right?
he's stunned. And so this Anuaa guard comes up to him and attacks him and hits him very well. And he loses a massive chunk of his life, which he's got a lot of life. So that's still keeps him in the fight. But he gets hit while he's stunned. Next one are these two that are down here. So flurry of activity. I'm going to pull this screen back out a little bit. We're now actually, these two are the ones that are fighting. This guy and this guy. Well,
Did we skip the one?
Boom,
right
boom.
above them?
That's
No.
that guy there got badly hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
These two are the
Right.
ones that are fighting now.
Okay.
And 18 to 5. This Aesir is badly hurt. And he gets seriously damaged because although they are bigger, they're slower than the Anuaa sailors. And the Anuaa sailors are wicked fast with their cutlasses. And he hits him for more than half his life right there. And next is these two pairing off. 11 versus 14. It's an even Steven. Neither one of them. I'm going to say that they both take 20 points of damage. And this one here takes 20 points of damage too. So he is at next pair. These two are fighting and these two are fighting. No, these two are fighting and these two are fighting. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen for you guys. These two are fighting
Okay.
and these two are fighting. So first pair. Top was 7, bottom was 15. This Viking takes some more damage. And he is gravely wounded.
Oh, yeah.
These two. Top is an Anuaa. Bottom is a Viking. And they are even Steven. Neither one of them takes any damage. These guys have been taking damage from Marduk. This guy steps up to the closest one to him, and these two are going to double tag team this guy right here. So this guy rolls an 8. The other guy rolls a 1.
Oh, geez.
He takes a little bit of damage. And he doesn't have the damage shown because from the previous attack. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say that he is now at 30. This guy attacks him as well. But a 3 he misses. This guy steps into the fight and attacks this guy. But he only rolls a 3, so he misses. But the return is a 15 and he gets hit. So
I
he
feel
takes...
Like I'm watching Dave play with like little soldiers.
It is, right?
I'm gonna get you.
Oh
No,
my
you're
God.
not.
Oh my God.
My floor. I got a bigger
Oh my
blade.
God.
Here comes the other guy. I'm gonna hurt you and don't hurt me. No one. I've
What
only children.
This is what I want. What I want is a button that I push,
Yeah.
and it automatically calculates all these guys and says, okay, this is who's left. So I don't have to do it manually. But the system that we use isn't going to give me that yet. So I'm just, and also, if it exists, I haven't researched to find it. So I'm just trying to do this manually to try and shorten it out. But you're totally right. That's exactly what it's like. Last fight. 18 to 2. This Anuaa sailor is also killed.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
This one right here. No, that's not. I gotta scroll in. Find him. He's dead ski. So 2 of the Anuaa sailors have died.
Yeah.
None of the Vikings have died.
Well,
They're
one of them
pretty
was.
hardy.
One of them has.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of them
one.
has.
This guy right here, this berserker has.
No,
And
up at the
Oh,
top.
and 2 of the other them have died as well. Okay, all right. So it's not too bad. That's really even. And it is Marduk's turn.
Da, 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 da.
Do 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 do. Marduk, with his hammer, raises his hammer into the air, and suddenly a storm cloud begins to form above the hammer. Lightning arcs down into the hammer, and he gives the shaman a taste of the shaman's own medicine as a bolt of lightning flies directly at the shaman, hits the shaman. I gotta actually roll other dice for how much damage it's going to do to the shaman. 8. 5. Oh, I lost my die. I got it. Here it is. Let's use a heavier die. I've got a heavier one. I'm using my mug to do all this. This was my Father's Day mug. And that, how much damage did he take from the previous Anuaa sailor hitting him? That kills him. And he is...
Yay!
So he is done.
Ding dong,
I'm
the wizard
really
dead.
glad you found that dice too, because me walking around in sock feet, I would find it like a Lego.
Oh yeah, right in the front.
That's right.
Yep.
Marduk kills him dead. Deadski. One shot and he's done. Let's see if we can give him a dead symbol so we know. Dead symbol. There we go. Happy with that. And with that, Marduk has one action left. Marduk suddenly casts a second spell because he's a demigod and he can do things like that. All of the sailors at Marduk's command take one step back. There's a couple that are caught on the other side, but these ones all take one step back. And this giant, let's see if I can draw this. Is there a thing for me to draw? Here it is. There's a pen for me to draw. Drawing tools.
Can you zoom out just a little bit on the screen there, Dave? So we can see the guys at the bottom? Or is that all of them?
Here, go to the adventure screen.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Okay.
Okay. How come they don't show zoomed out on the adventure screen the way they do on my screen? What's going on with that? There we go. Suddenly this radiant golden ribbon starting right in front of the ship, very close to where Josephine is standing. Can I draw this? Let's see if I can draw this. It's a green line on the screen where I'm showing. Is it showing on there?
No.
Not yet.
We can use our imagination.
Just imagine.
We could get a crayon and draw on a TV.
Yeah, I got a magic marker.
Let's do it. Which is the more expensive?
Sorry about this. I'm
TV. Let's
slowing
draw
down the
that.
game doing this, but I know what I'll do. Okay, I just need to stop this. And can I update it somehow? Yes, I can. I can make it golden. And we need line width of 25. We'll go like that. Enter. Oh, and it didn't update it. Okay, so on the GM screen, everybody will be able to see the line now, and we will update that onto the TV too.
Oh, cool.
Where the green line shows, which should be colored golden, because that's what I'm trying to do is color it golden. Where that green line shows, all of a sudden, a giant wall of radiance appears, dividing some of the and it hems in all of the Vikings from the rest of the ship,
Sacrificing 3 of their own.
sacrificing these 3. Well, we don't know what their fate is going to be, right?
What was that?
Well, is this
No, it's Simon.
a curtain of brightness, or can we see through it?
You can see through it, but it is a giant golden wall that is a barrier of some type of magic.
Okay.
As long as and it just sits there and it ripples almost like a same type of a ripple that you might see with Northern
Northern
Lights or the
Lights,
ripple
yeah.
on a curtain. and it stands there in place without moving, just glowing and rippling.
I think it's our turn.
The next thing that happens, and then it's going to be the Anuaa sailors are going to have their turn after you guys have one more set of turns. So it is now Lavinia's turn.
All right, so that was radiant. That was the radiant wall that was
Radiant
put up,
curtain
right?
or something.
Right. It's a radiant curtain. It's a wall. It's called Wall of Radiance. That is literally what the spell is called.
I'm just trying to see where I am now. Just a minute. All right. Keep wanting to add more radiance into the wall, right? That's what I want to do. Okay.
I wonder if I redraw the wall, if I can get what I want.
So what are you going to do, Lavinia?
Just a second.
While you're deciding, I'm going to try and redraw this wall and see if I can make it golden if I redraw it.
Sit down for a second. Thank you. All I see is whapping. I can't focus.
You have a hard time sitting still.
Duh. It's called ADHD, dude. I live with it every day. I can't sit still. I have no idea how.
That is why he
Other
scribbles
people
for a
do.
living.
That's why I scribble for a living.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
That's why I run around being manic with people all the time.
I do not want to.
There we
update.
go.
Thank you very much. Another time.
All right, I'm gonna pass my turn until I know more about what's going
As
on.
long as you're not passing wind, we're all good.
Now I have a green line that I can't touch.
It's okay. It's gone into the discard. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so back to our adventure screen. And I don't know why it doesn't update on this one until I do this.
There you go.
There is our golden wall of radiance. There is a guy down here who I didn't back up enough. I'm going to move him back here like this. Okay, so there's our golden wall of radiance with Marduk standing right there. Lavinia skipped her turn. It's going to be Percy, Raven, Thaddeus, and when do you want to come back in if you're going to hold your turn, Lavinia? I'll check with you between these guys.
Yeah, please do.
Percy,
So
what do
I-
you think you want to do?
I'm gonna fire some more dark arrows at the dude I was trying to hit before. I think he's lost some points. This guy, I think, has
That's
lost
the guy
some
you're
points.
shooting at?
Yeah, I'm gonna move
Okay.
up just a smidge to improve my aim, since now we have this wall of radiance, and fire my dark arrows.
Will our spells go
Oh,
through
nice. Okay.
the wall of radiance?
You don't know yet.
That is correct. You do not know. Okay, so the guy that you are shooting at
Yep.
from where you are is this guy right here.
This guy.
Yep. Okay. Oh, that guy. Okay, I got him.
This guy. Yeah. Because he's right in front of the poor Anuaa, and I kind of want to
Understood.
the Anuaa. So yeah, first hit missed. Second hit, I got an 18 plus 14, so 32, and yeah, hits, and that means that it is 8. Oh, that's nice, and 4, so 8 and 10 and 3, 13 points of damage. Does the 32 count as a crit or no?
Yep. I'll say it counts as a crit.
Okay, so Yeah, so I have so that's 26 points of damage on my first couple arrows. And
All right. So as your arrows hit the barrier, they
Yep.
both explode
Oh, okay.
and are unable to pass through the barrier.
Okay.
So they would have hit him, but because they hit the barrier, as soon as they hit the wall of radiance, they completely dissipate and break.
Okay. Noticing this, I switched to the shotgun
Okay.
and move closer to
All
there.
right.
So I fire my shotgun at this guy and see if the shotgun will go through. 14 plus 11, I think. So
14 plus 11, 25.
25, yeah.
Hits.
So then with the shotgun, it is damage.
You
Oh,
said you
Hits,
moved over
so
like
it went
this.
through the wall.
I don't know.
Well, it would hit him,
Well, okay.
technically.
Well, I want to find out if it does. 1d10 plus 1d4. Okay. Where the hell's my d10? Come on.
Here's a 1d10.
There you go. Roll that quick.
There it. Thank you.
I want it back.
7 points.
Does 0 damage.
Damn
Because
it.
once again, as the buckshot hits the wall of radiance, it just disperses.
Guys, the
It
wall.
does not ricochet.
Okay,
just so you know.
So I yell out, guys, the wall prevents projectiles.
Yes, it does. Okay.
Can I ask you a question before we
All right.
continue?
Going back to Lavinia,
Up at the top of the golden line,
up at the
we-
top of the golden line.
we have the guy who is dead,
yeah.
and then there's a space in between the golden line and above that. So should we consider that golden line goes
Nope.
right to the
It
end?
goes right to the railing.
It goes right
to the railing. Okay.
Okay.
Good question, though. I should have drawn it from the railing to the other.
Yeah.
Once
'cause
I've got more practice with golden curtains, I will make sure they go to the railing. You notice I did it down here at the bottom. this
Yeah, you
time.
did there.
Yeah.
So
I was prepared to,
how
to
t-
go around the line.
how tall is this radiant wall?
This radiant wall goes, I'm going to say it's cast by Marduk, who's 26 feet tall. I'm going to say the radiant wall is 60 feet from the deck up into the air.
Oh, great. I fired an arrow into the sky. It fell to earth. I don't know why. It hit somebody in the head. Now they is so fairly dead.
Thank you.
So my turn.
Okay, so yeah, let's continue. It is Raven's turn.
Yeah.
Ta-dum.
Okay, I'm going to cast a cantrip called Electric Arc, and it's 30 feet, 1 to 2 creatures. An arc of lightning leaps from one target to the other, so it doesn't sound like it has to go from me to the target. It sounds like it just goes at the target.
Okay.
I'm going to target which creatures are 30 feet from me and that are most damaged.
You are currently here on the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm cowering on the stairs.
You're on the stairs. Is that where you were staying?
I can move to get a better angle, I think.
You asked which guy's most damaged, and it is, in fact, the guy that Percy was shooting at.
Okay,
over
so
here.
I'm going to move a little bit, I think, just so I get a better line of attack.
Okay.
Here, that's one turn.
Because you could actually
Okay.
stand next to me and I could serve as a defense to you in some extent, you know. But
Sure,
if you
okay.
want.
If you like,
and,
I
and
can.
then the mask wouldn't be in your way.
I can be beside you if you
Yeah,
like.
if you're here, you have a straight shot to him, and if they fire at us, I'm more likely to hit.
Okay, so I stand beside you and I
Yeah.
fire electric arc,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a basic reflex save on an attack. So it's a plus 12 to hit,
How many characters does it hit?
1 to 2. So I actually can target 2 guys, and it jumps from one to the other. So
And they roll a defensive save.
I roll an attack.
Oh, you roll an attack.
No, sorry, it's a basic reflex
Basic
save.
reflex
So
save.
they have to roll a
Okay.
22. They got to beat a 22.
So you attempt to cast the spell, and it does not penetrate the barrier.
Gosh darn it.
Okay.
It appears that no magic will penetrate the barrier from your direction towards them, anyways.
Okay. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next turn up is Thaddeus. Lavinia, do you want to do anything?
Not yet.
Okay,
I'm still trying to
Thaddeus?
figure something out.
Nothing I can do if the line goes
see.
all the way up to the railing.
It's a waiting game.
Yeah.
Okay, Josephine.
I would like to yell out, guys, looks like nothing's going through this wall. Why don't we group together and think about what's happening next as a team?
Okay, so do you make any movement
No,
or
I
anything
just
like that?
I just yell.
Okay. All right.
So group hug.
And Bear, what do you think about Bear?
Bear would come over and say, yes, that's a good idea. So he'll go over.
Slurp.
Are they snakes?
Okay.
Snakes.
And with that, it becomes the Vikings' turn and the Anuaa sailors' turn. The Vikings, seeing the shimmering wall appear between them and the most of the Anuaa sailors that they were fighting, suddenly stop and take a pause. The Anuaa sailors that are trapped by the golden wall, they seem to understand more or less what's going on, and all three of them run to the railing between the two cannons right here. I'm going to show you where they all run. All three of them run to the railing between the two cannons right here, right beside where the dead Aesir shaman is. It says Sedmiar, but we're going to just call him a shaman right now. And at that point, all of them grab onto the grappling ropes that are binding this ship to the Viking ship, and they begin overhanding across to it. And so all of them, I'm going to move them, all of them cross the distance, or partially cross the distance to the Viking ship.
The Viking ship that's got a sail on fire.
The Viking ship that is bound to this one and has a sail on fire.
Two. One has its sail on fire, one doesn't.
Yeah, but the one that isn't is far back because it was abandoned.
No, that was the third.
No,
There's
they're
two
exploded.
abandoned.
There's two abandoned now. Okay.
The first one of the three
Yeah.
was hit by the fireball,
Okay.
and it is very far back, almost out of sight,
Right.
because it lost all of its way to move forward.
Okay.
Then you were pursued by two of them, and the second one, what happened? Who hit it?
Lightning.
We broke
Lightning tried and
we
hit
broke
it.
their mast, so they have no.
They
propulsion.
are listing. The second
Yeah.
one is the one that is listing on an angle, and it was hit by the lightning cannons.
Okay.
And they really damaged it badly and stopped it almost in place.
And then
Third one continued on
Okay.
with the Vikings of both that ship and the damaged ship that's listing, the damaged Viking longboat that's listing. Those are the ones that are piled on board.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
What you see now that you can look around, and you're looking through a whole bunch of giant legs, but if you can get a viewpoint on the Viking longboat that has grappled to the Mynnior galleon, is that the sail that was on fire is being put out because there are two Vikings visible to you that are still on that ship,
Okay.
and they are throwing buckets of water up onto the sail to put out the fire caused by the alchemical bomb that Raven's pet Drema dropped.
Okay.
Such a good girl.
Those
Who's
appear
a
to
good
be
girl?
the target of the three Anuaa sailors that are crossing the space. There's milling and confusion right now on the ship from the Viking Aesir, who are trying to figure out what to do. They see the barrier. One of them walks up to it and strikes it, and the radiance bounces back and hits him, and he takes 20 points of damage, and he is badly wounded by it. Who's closest here? These guys all are. This guy it kills him.
Almost dead. Yeah.
I'm going to say it kills him. As he takes a blow to it, it kills him. All of the others, seeing this, realize that it'll hurt them too if they touch it or they go near it, to try and strike it with a melee strike.
Can I yell a question at Marduk? What should we do, Marduk?
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. You can yell a question at Marduk. As you do that, Marduk glances over to you, holds up his hand, and just says, "Hold!"
Okay, we'll wait.
And it becomes Marduk's turn. Marduk makes a broad sweeping gesture with his hand, and the radiant wall sweeps forward right to the edge of the boat. All of the Vikings make a reflex save. And we'll start with the top ones that are still alive and see what happens. He is quick enough to leap off the edge of the ship.
And they have
The top one, I'm gonna point this out to everybody as we go along so we can see what's going on the adventure screen. So this guy right here leaps off the edge of the ship and begins to fall off the ship, grabbing onto his corners of his white Windwolf cloak to float down. Next one is this guy right here. He is not quick enough. He runs for it, but the radiant wall catches him right here, and it kills him. Right there. As he takes the massive charge of radiance. The next one rolls a 19, leaps off the ship, no problem. This guy leaps off the ship, no problem. This guy's got a little bit of ways to go. Can he make it? With a 10, he makes it. He gets partially hurt by the radiant wall, and he takes some damage. So I'm going to say that he takes a good 40 points of damage, or whatever it is to give him 40 life. And then he makes it off the ship. Book. Was that him? We got the right one?
You moved the same guy you damaged.
Good. That's what I wanted to do. This guy does not make it, and he is deadski. He does not react fast enough. This guy leaps off, no problem. This guy goes for it and makes it off the ship.
They're the ones that are prone.
They would have been standing up this turn because we've had a turn since then.
Okay.
And we forgot to stand them back up, but that's what they would all be
Move
standing
the
up.
screen on the display.
Yeah, scroll up a bit.
This is the table, the game table that we're looking at for the shared.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, go back
No, it's
to...
not.
But if I go to your adventure screen, it wasn't updating, and now it is.
Okay, hopefully this will update for us now.
Well, there we
All
go.
right. Is it updating? Okay, because I'm on it too. It doesn't update unless I'm looking at it too, which really bugs me because I'm on another screen doing a lot of this stuff. Okay, next one. He jumps off, no problem. This one jumps off. Next one. Jumps off, no problem.
What about
With a
going
20.
down with your ship? What kind of...
They're
You
not
know.
captains.
And this isn't their ship.
And this guy rolls a 20 as well.
Jeez.
The place is gonna be
There's two left.
It's going to be lousy with Vikings underneath.
This guy rolls a 20. What's going on? That's 3 20s in a row. That's freaking me out. This guy does not, and he gets killed. Oh, I got to be on this screen to do it, maybe.
No, you just are hitting the wrong button. You want the one right above it.
Okay, there we go. I did it on the other screen.
So 8
anyways.
Vikings made it off the ship.
8 Vikings made it off the ship. You lose sight of them as soon as they drop behind the rail, so you don't know what's happened with them. As soon as they drop off the edge of the ship, you remain in combat. But Marduk, seeing them now, what's happened is that this golden wall, let's see if I can move it. This golden wall, can I grab onto it? Do I need to be? Here we go. Continues passing out into the open air, and then it just dissipates and disappears. Now that it is completed its job. Yeah, there we go.
So, but they can't, like, with their capes, they can
9.
only just kind of like float down, right? Or like glide down. They can't.
You see them grabbing their capes, and then you lose sight of them, so you do not know what's happened with them. I'm just going to kind of leave their tokens off the edge of the boat right here in the image.
Once they jump, they're not going to be able to like get back onto their.
I hate to be a doomsayer, but there's a possibility they could get under the boat or get close to the boat enough to grab it and get into the lower deck somehow.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about this boat. I'm talking about their boat. Like,
I don't know if they could get back to their boat.
That's what
They
I'm saying,
skated
like-
across the distance before, didn't they?
yeah, but that was like being prepared and it's like, I don't know.
So you've lost sight of them. You don't know. But the boat is open, and you each have got an action now, and you guys can decide. Lavinia, what do you want to do? Anything you want to do?
I'm just wondering whether any of the Anuaa soldiers have taken any damage.
Yes, they've taken a hodgepodge of damage. Each of them has taken anywhere from 10 points of damage to 20 points at least, and a few of them have taken 30 or 40 points of damage.
Okay, I want to do a group heal.
Okay, where you want to stand to position yourself to do that?
I guess we should
Like,
probably
the ones at the edge though, like on the outside, wouldn't have. They didn't come into contact with anyone.
Or you could say group heal, get close.
I could ask you to because you speak.
Oh, yes, I do. Group heal, get close to each other, and our mage will heal you.
Okay, so the 4 that are on the upper deck, when you say that, they pay attention to you. And I guess I gotta have to click them all
He's
individually
kind
here.
of in the middle of the boat too. So
Well, Lavinia, where are you here?
she's up top.
By me.
Are you
and Josephine.
standing
I
there?
I will move to whatever position is the best to be able to pass.
All right, let's assume you go there. They all just go like this, and they all stand here like that. You can cast your group
I
heal.
can do 120-foot strip, like 120-foot line. So I could catch a lot of them.
Okay, you want to aim down and do a line like this that
Yep.
goes down all the way across here?
Yeah.
Roll to heal. Roll to heal.
Roll to heal. What am I rolling?
I believe they're D10s though, what you roll, isn't it? 2 D10s?
Yeah, I'd have to take a look and see. But I will assume that is the case.
Excuse me.
And of course, now that I
roll.
don't need them, I
Sorry.
found both
Sorry.
of my
That's okay.
D10s. There you go.
1d8. Well, sorry, you're casting
Just
it in a
read
different
my
way, though.
review.
What do you got?
7.
7 and a 6.
No, 6 and a 1. Oh no, that's 7. 13.
13. So each of them gets
13 points of heal.
damage.
Okay. And that's going to affect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. If you're hitting them all and they're all in a
Yep.
line like this,
Yep.
you're going to hit all 8 of these guys, and I will update them with...
Way to go.
I figured they're going to need their strength. And I don't think we have any damage for us at this point. do we?
Not
Not
yet.
really.
All right.
I have 3 points, but it's trivial.
You should have gotten in there.
Then I'd use up an action.
Well, yeah, obviously the game changer is Marduk, who's been waiting for this for some reason. Okay, so as you heal all of them, I've readjusted their healing points, and that's all you can do on your turn.
That's
And
fine. I'll
it
go back to my little nook.
becomes Percy's turn. What do you want to do, Percy?
How much distance can I cover across the ropes? What is the speed going to be if I try to get across the ropes?
Well, right now, as far as your distance and how far you are,
Uh-huh.
you
The other question is, how far away is the other boat?
you're 59 feet from the railing of
Okay.
your own boat.
Of 59 feet from the railing of my own boat.
right?
Okay, so if I move
The distance
to the railing,
between the two boats,
Yep.
the other boat, you see, and I don't have a graphic to update, so we're just going to do theater of the mind for the other boat. The other boat is only like 10 feet away, 15 feet away.
Good. So, can I see the other Aesir Vikings on the other ship?
If you climb onto one of the cannons and look over the railing, then you'll be able to have a better view.
Okay,
The problem with the railing is twice your height.
right. Okay, so
So you could see the Vikings when they came over. You could see the ship at a distance when you were either on the foredeck or the poop deck. But to see anything immediately closer, you're going to have to climb up on that railing and be close to it
okay.
because it's a giant ship.
Well, I'm going to climb on top of the cannon then, and use my last turn to do a hunted shot double.
Okay, so I'll say
on
it
one
takes.
of the Vikings.
I'm going to say it takes you 2 turns to
Okay.
get to the cannon and climb up it.
Yep.
Which cannon you want to do? Do you want to do the upper one or the lower one?
The upper one.
All right. There is a dead Aesir shaman
Yep.
who has fallen and slipped off of it and is laying beside it, closer to the prow of the ship. So you climb up, you're standing on top of it, and you want to try and take aim at something and do a hunted shot.
At the other 2 Vikings who are still in the other ship.
Okay, that's fine. We can do that. You bet.
Because I want to help our Anuaa friends who are climbing across the ropes make sure they don't get hit.
Okay, in that case, I am going to bring these 2 guys out. I'm going to just put them out here where the ship would be,
Okay.
like so.
Nice. Okay. First one misses, second one hits.
All right.
And that would be
I'm going to say the left one is your first shot and the right one is your second shot.
okay. Okay. 6 and 3. So 9.
9 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. Okay, that is the end of your turn. There's nothing else you would be able to do with all of that action. It becomes Raven's turn, then Thaddeus, Josephine, and Lavinia.
I use 2 actions to get as close to the railing as I can.
Okay.
And then I tell Drema, take flight and see if you can find those 8 Vikings and find out what they're doing.
Okay.
And then I'll trance to watch what's going on.
All right. Drema's basically comes right after your turn, so you should be able to tell what happens right on your turn, right? As she flies up into the air.
Sure.
As Drema flies up into the air, yeah, I'll let that happen. As Drema flies up into the air, and you get a view of what's happening below, you see that the 2 Vikings closest to you are clinging to the side of the galleon. The next 3 Vikings below, is it showing on the screen behind me?
The 2 that you just put clinging to, there you go.
Does that help? Can we see that better now?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the adventure screen so everybody can see. So these 2 are clinging to the ship. The next 3 are far. Hey, let me have you guys. Next 3 are holding on to their cloaks and they are descending. The next 3 are also clinging to the ship.
Okay, do I have turn enough to yell out what I'm seeing?
And there is a ladder here that one is got a hold on, and he's going to attempt climbing back up on the ship.
There's also a Viking in the front that had successfully.
This guy who got off has sailed away, and he's gone, and he's descending below the ship as well.
Okay.
So I'll move these guys that are descending way over here.
So
Time to
we've got 5
get
that are
out
threat.
that hot pitch.
So my query is, am I able to speak what I've seen?
Yeah, you can speak what you've seen.
Okay. hey, there's like 5 Vikings grappled to the side of the ship, just out of view, people.
Okay, it becomes Thaddeus's turn.
Um,
All hands repel borders.
I am going to move. I mean, presumably the Anuaa are going to go and deal with the ones clinging to the side of the ship, but I'm going to be in closer proximity just in case.
Okay, so your little guy. Yeah, there we go. He's getting moved where you need him to be. Okay, and then you're waiting, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, it becomes Josephine's turn.
When I'm on top of Bear, how tall am I? Am I tall enough to see over the top of the
You'd be able to
railing?
see over the top on a level,
Yeah.
but not to see down.
Okay, but I'd be able to see to the next ship.
Yeah, you would.
Okay, I'm gonna follow after Rob there, so I jump on Bear.
You're 8 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Your head is 8 feet off the ground.
I jump on top of Bear, whoop, and we run over. So that's 2 turns, and then Mabel firing at the closest Viking that I see.
Okay, we got 2 Vikings here. The closest one would be the one that Rob also hit.
Okay.
That oh, sorry, I forgot to change the camera there. Josephine's been talking off camera. There, that'll be better.
I'm
All right.
still here in spirit. I rolled a 4 plus 14, 18.
That's a miss.
That was such a good look. That was really good.
It's very frustrating. Like every shot, I've don't think I've that 4 is maybe my highest roll today.
Yeah.
It was a meme-worthy look.
All right, so that is where you are. And Bear's gone with you, and I don't think you have any other commands for Bear. So it becomes Marduk's turn. Marduk basically swings his hammer back and throws it at the leftmost of the 2 Vikings that are trying to simultaneously. They've stopped trying to wet the mast as they've been shot, and they've turned to face the threat from the Anuaa ship. So as Marduk, he doesn't even move. He just takes his hammer, throws it. It flies through the air, and it hits this first guy and kills him instantly. And he is dead.
Nice.
The one on the left. For those at home, the one that we are talking about.
Why is it so satisfying to feel that an imaginary giant just got killed?
By another imaginary giant.
This is all.
Well, this one's
is
dead.
the process, my friend.
This one has been wounded a little bit, and I believe he was wounded by one of you. Was it you, Percy? By Percy.
I shot him.
Okay. At this point, it becomes the rest of the sailors, their turn. The rest of the sailors that are still on the deck, they all move to the railing and immediately get ready to attack the Vikings that are clinging onto the ship, either to repel them and knock them off.
Cutlass to the fingers while they.
I can do that.
Throw daggers down at them, that kind of thing. There's 4 that move to repel these 3 that are trying to climb this rope, and there's this guy would move to help them. There's 5 on the bottom. There's 4 on the top for these 2, so they are hopelessly outnumbered. These 3 finish crossing, and they swarm this guy. And just within a minute, they cut him down. And can I actually do it? Have I got the wrong thing here? And he's dead.
Yay!
Yay!
As the battle ensues, one of these guys takes a dagger in the eye and gets killed.
Hmm.
And this guy gives up, and with a little bit of life left, leaps off the ship and begins to sail down. 2 of these guys get killed. Did I get it? Let's zoom in here.
Do their bodies fall to the ground?
As soon as they get hit, they let go and they plummet.
So they have to exert
Yeah,
some
the
sort of
red
will into their cloak to get it to.
Plummet is a great
They have to
word.
grab onto the bottom things, and yes,
It's like a parachute.
you can't tell, but they may be chanting something under their breath.
Okay.
2 of these guys get killed and they plummet. This guy manages to leap off, and he begins to fall, and far below, all of a sudden his cloak billows out and he gains control of it, and he begins to drop too. So there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 of them that got away off the ship. The rest have
Ones
all
that
been
got
slain.
away.
You are out of combat. Marduk, Percy hears Marduk command the sailors that are still on the ship a couple of things. First of all, he says to them, gather and prepare the dead and transfer them to the other ship, to the Viking ship.
Okay.
Right. He calls out to the 3 sailors that are the 3 Anuaa sailors that are on the Viking ship and says to them, finish putting out that sail.
And I asked Marduk if we can have some of the cloaks.
Marduk looks at you strangely when you ask about the cloaks, and he says, well, first of all, we need to keep the cloaks on their bodies for the time being.
Oh,
And then the
Okay.
second thing he says to you is, I understand what you might be interested in, but here's what you need to understand. You don't want to possess one of those cloaks, because possessing one of those cloaks would mean that you inherit the curse of Amarok.
oh,
And that's something that you don't want,
The
which
curse
is
of
why there is no other race
yeah.
in the world
Hmm.
that will wear, much less normally touch a Windwolf cloak, because the curse that comes with it.
Okay, so it's cursed material. I can't mess with it.
It's cursed as the Aesir are cursed, and so they ignore that curse.
Okay.
Because they're enemies of Amarok anyway, so they don't care. They know that someday there's going to be a reckoning, but they believe that day is long off,
Yeah, I'm
and
just
they're not
intrigued by its
worried.
flying ability, and I wanted to research it. But
And that's why nobody else uses these but the Aesir.
okay,
But apparently Marduk's got plans for those cloaks and for and for the bodies of these dead Vikings.
okay,
He has them especially take care with the body of the Viking shaman
okay,
as they transfer it over to the other ship. And over the next few minutes, as you watch the next half hour, what you see them do is they ungrapple both ships, and they begin to make the other ship sailworthy, bring it in front of their galleon, of Marduk's galleon, as though it's going to tow the galleon. All of a sudden, as you're standing on the deck, all of a sudden the galleon that you were on cants to the side a few degrees, so that it is now listing a little bit,
I see what he's doing.
because Marduk has purposely commanded his sailors to make the ship appear as though it has been damaged and listing. A number of boards and some black cloth are brought out, and on the front of the ship they are nailed on so that it looks like there's a hole in the ship and some broken pieces there. Another spare mast is brought up, and it is bound to the main mast off on an angle, so it looks like the mast has been split in two. The sail is dropped. The sail on the ship in front of them is replaced by a spare sail, a spare Viking sail that's found by the Anuaa sailors that have gone across to that one. And the body of the Aesir shaman is all of a sudden propped up on a wooden frame with his axe at the very front prow of the ship. As the Viking ship slowly tows the galleon forward, they navigate for the other Viking ship that was abandoned, the one that is badly damaged and listing. As they get to it, They attach tow ropes to it to have it tow behind the galleon, so that they've got this one Viking ship towing the two of them. And Anuaa sailors immediately begin repairing that longboat and trying to fix it so that it's no longer listing to whatever degree they can. Marduk comes to you and says, and now it's time for us to go on the hunt. And he smiles at you. And the entire flotilla of 3 ships changes direction and begins to head now northeast towards the last position that you saw the rest of the fleet moving.
Yeah.
And so it becomes obvious that what Marduk plans is that anybody in that fleet that catches sight of you as you get close to it will look, and it will appear to them through far seeing or through spyglass that the galleon has been defeated, it has been captured, and that the Vikings, who are all being propped up, dead Vikings who are all being propped up on these wooden frames behind their arms and legs so that they look like they're on the deck of their ship. They're all being set up so that it looks like it's now a prize. The Galleon Mynnior is now a prize when it is not. You've got one more question.
I have a question, and it's to everyone. We're going to have a meeting of friends, the super friends, and we're going to discuss whether we want to continue with this battle with the Anuaa, or if we want to bail and go back and help the elves.
Do we have a choice?
I don't know. If we
are
do you want me to
indebted to
yeah,
them.
do we want to, you want me to relay this information to our captain? We have to discuss it anyway. I mean, so we're discussing amongst ourselves as
telling them
characters.
that we're trying to make up her mind as to whether we're
No, I'm
think-
talking to you guys.
I think that he will let us know when we've done enough to help.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, I'm more than happy to help.
I would mainly say, what would you like us to do next?
Okay, well, that's what I will ask
You
him
know,
then.
I mean,
Yeah, and I'm discussing with your characters about what we should do next, and what I should relay to the captain. So if we
Just-
say we
just
want to stick
ask-
with it
ask
and fight
him-
with them,
How can we help?
Ask him what
How
what
can
we
we
can
help?
do. Yep.
okay. So I will ask the captain how we can help, because I know we're slightly overmatched by these larger opponents. But at the same
we've got some
time,
things that-
he's got some cards up his sleeve, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
been a really cunning warrior so far. So
just what can we do to help?
yeah. Okay. So I go back to Marduk and I say, we are here to help you. We will stick with you as long as you need us.
Okay, Marduk smiles at you and he says, well, in the first place, we are now going to be on a heading that actually heads us back towards the area near the Feywood that you
Okay.
would want to be if you wish to return to the Queen.
Okay.
And if you wish to be dropped off someplace as close as we may swing, that's fine. We'll be happy to drop you off. He says, on the other hand, if you wish to stick around and see the fun, we will be going into battle if we can catch the other fleet. But here's the thing that you need to keep in mind as well. Where is that fleet going? That fleet is looking for the last known position of a drifting city.
Right.
So I believe one of two things is going to happen. This is what Marduk says. I believe one of two things is going to happen. Either we will catch them before they get to one of our drifting cities, because apparently they've got an idea of what the location is, maybe from a scout spotter that they've had flying out looking. Either we will catch them before and we will engage them in battle, or we will catch them as they attack that city and come upon them while they are in battle with that city. That is why we are making all the haste we can, is because we do not want to come upon them too late after they have attacked a city and already done damage. Ideally, we want to come upon them just as they begin an attack on the city, because then they are going to be caught between two very hard rocks.
And are there any other allies you could call upon?
Marduk says, looks at you and smiles and says, well, our Anuaa brothers in the city, they'll be watching and waiting, and I'm sure they'll be ready for the attack when it comes.
Yeah.
Josephine, you had a question.
No, just because obviously you've been translating to us this entire
Yes.
time. I say to you guys, hey guys, he says if we want, we're free to go, and we're going to be close to Feywood. I think we should take him up on that offer and stick on our main quest. Like, yes, this is all going to be like impacting us at some point, I'm sure. However, we should stick to our main quest,
Okay, well,
in my opinion.
I think we'd
In my
put it to a
opinion.
vote as to who wants to stick with the Anuaa and take him on, and stick around for the battle, and who wants to be dropped off at the Feywood, report back to the Queen, and see what else we can do to help their battle and continue our quest against the Soldering Dead. So, shall we vote?
Well, I have a question before we vote.
Okay.
What would be the advantage for us to help with the Anua's battle? Like, why would we
Fun.
do that? For fun?
Yeah.
Fighting giant Vikings is
Well,
fun for you?
as our squishy wizard have got some secret, some amazing powers. Like that fireball knocked an entire ship out of the sky.
Yeah, I'd like to note though, how many ships, Viking ships, were there in the flotilla before the
9.
3?
9. So we've got
total of
5
9?
left.
There were 13, and you
Yeah.
have got 10 left.
Oh, 9 went one way and 4 came towards us, right?
Three came towards us.
Three of the 13 broke off. The rest of the 10 continued forward.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't have 9 fire balls or 10, but still, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be a mighty battle, but I don't know if we'll
A mighty
survive.
cattle.
Mighty battle.
I just wonder why we would do it, other than fun.
Well, Marduk interjects one thing to Percy during your discussion and says, you do understand that if we drop you off early, you're going to miss an opportunity to visit Floating City.
Well, there's that.
Well, that's a good point.
And the floating city will be defending itself.
You may always, you may have another opportunity at some point in the future to visit one of them. But here's the other thing you have to remember about floating cities. They drift.
Yeah.
Coming upon them is not an easy thing, which is why we have some idea where they're going to be, but we're never certain. So in this case, even we will not be certain where the city is, but we expect that we're going to be able to follow that little armada, what's left of it, to that city, which is going to give us an opportunity to dock, assuming that we're successful in the battle. We catch them between 2 pincher rocks, and we're going to be able to have a chance to dock, resupply, and probably spend at least 2 to 3 weeks at the city as we negotiate new supplies that we wish to send someplace else.
I do want to remind you guys that we've kind of had to fast forward our streamlining our mission, as someone here has to make it back in time.
Right. What's
Yes.
what is our timeline? How much more time do we have?
I think I've got 10 months more. I think we've been 2 months since then.
Like, I don't think we should veer off. It might be a couple months one way and then a couple months.
So the last date that we discussed was right now it is the very beginning of October. You needed to complete your mission before the middle of October. The last date, I believe the date when you actually attacked the treasure ship
Yeah.
was something like September the 29th.
Yeah.
I'm going from memory, and it's been weeks, months now, so I don't remember exactly. I'm going to say it was around the September the 29th, so I'm going to say right now the date is probably somewhere around October 7th.
I've got till August.
And he's got till August.
So we
Okay.
got lots of time.
And the other thing that we've done is we completed the mission, so we've put that a little further away for the Elven Queen. So her, her deadline is a little further off, and she seems to be doing okay against the existing hordes.
Well,
Okay-ish.
certainly better now that the money
We've
pot
eliminated
is
the alliance.
that's certainly deferred it.
Pete did raise a question in the chat. He said, is it safe to go back for the treasure?
Is it safe to go back for the treasure,
Is it safe
which
to
is
go back
now
for the treasure?
far north of you because you are further south on the Pikatanu. right?
Yeah.
You were headed almost directly south from the battle as you lured the 3 ships away from the rest of the armada. You're going to be heading now on a northeasterly course, which is not going to take you anymore over the Pikatanu.
Yeah.
So you would need to be dropped off by Marduk if you want to try and continue on land up the Pikatanu to wherever that ship is. I would
Complete with
remind
a bunch
you,
of undead.
yes, that the undead did not expire.
Did not expire. So we'd
But
have
I'm
to wipe
sure
them out.
that they've moved on from. Oh, maybe they're guarding the treasure under the river.
They could be.
Could be. I mean, so I'm of two minds on this. One, I love the idea of an adventure going to a flying city.
Yeah.
The other part of me goes, we really should get back to the main quest.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of two minds, and I'm going to have to. We may have to mull this over the week.
I've stated my opinion. I think that we should stick to the main quest.
Stick to the main quest.
I think we should check in with the queen and see how she's doing, and then reassess what we're doing next.
I'd like to go to a flying city.
You too?
Do our familiars get the vote?
No votes for familiars. They're stuck
No
with you
votes for
wherever you
familiars.
go.
So it's currently 2 to 3 flying city to going back to main quest.
I'm not saying that flying city is not within the realm of possibility. I just think that we need to honor our relationship with the queen
Understood.
enough to find out what's going on with her and what needs to happen with them.
Okay.
I think we do have time. We don't have to decide this very second.
Well, we've got a week.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
the alarm just went off.
Yeah, actually, we have 2 weeks. So we're going to wrap it up here now while these guys decide. They've got 2 weeks now to decide what you are going to do in your next plan. Something that Marduk mentions, the very last thing we're going to bring up during this game to Percy, is that he's going to be now, while they're waiting, they've probably got at least 2 to 3 days chase ahead of them. During that downtime, he's going to attempt to communicate with Quilius Quacksalver and find out what the status of the queen is, and
Okay,
any other news
that
that
would
Quilius can
satisfy.
give him.
Well, you've got the orb, so could you use the orb to communicate with Chloe?
I believe that that's the purpose of the orb.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm not saying that we can't do, but
So there you go. So thanks to everybody who has stuck with us to
thank
watch the
you.
game.
Thank you.
Pete, we're looking forward to seeing you this next weekend if you come up. For everybody else, we will be back in 2 weeks. We are not here on the 16th of. I'm just looking. I'm going to pull up the calendar real quick here. So we have got the 16th, the 23rd is the next one. Oh, that's me. The 23rd is the next game night. So if you guys are up for the 23rd is the game night, we can do that. Everybody good for that?
I'm,
Yeah,
that sounds great.
I'm away.
Oh, okay. Raven's away. All right. Well, we will plan for it anyways with Raven away. If we have one person away, then we'll still move forward. If we
As long
have
as it's
more
not the
than
game
one, yeah, as long as it's not me, I guess. If we have more than one person away, usually we'll postpone for the week. But that's where we'll be. We'll plan to be back in 2 weeks. Thanks very much once again to everybody. Enjoyed the game, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
And we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thank you.